Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to winterize the old 2018 Thor A.C.E 30.2. A lot of people do it in a lot of different ways, but I'm just going to walk you through how I do it and see how fast it takes. I set a timer right before coming out of the house, and I'll let you guys know how long it takes me. Kind of walk you through what I do, maybe walk through what I've done, so it'll be a little bit longer with the play-by-play, but we'll see how it goes, and let's get to it. Hey guys, I just wanted to butt in here and let you know that before me, from about 2 hours ago, starts fiddling with a dead battery and a messed up generator. I should probably list out the things that I'm going to do in this video, or the things that you should do, kind of the steps that you should take in this process. So step one, you need to drain the freshwater tank and the pipes from the low point drains. So you want to get all the water out as much as possible and use the drains before you do anything else. You'll get a lot of water out that way, and in some cases, if it's not going to be really cold, you might just be able to drain the water and you'll probably be fine. Number two, you want to drain the water heater. So take the anode and the plug out of the water heater, drain it, and then put that guy back in after you put some Teflon tape on it before you move on, so you get all the water out of the water heater as well, because draining the low point drain in the tank will not empty out the water heater. Three, you want to connect the air line to it. So connect the compressor, connect the air to it, so you can actually get air into the line so you can blow all of the water out through the fixtures. Four, turn on all of the faucets and fixtures until little to no water comes out. You want to open them up and get all of the water out, get as much water out as possible, let that air run, and make sure all of the water is empty. Five, you want to turn off the air and turn off the fixtures. Close it up. You should be pretty much done at that point. And last, add a little bit of RV antifreeze, RV safe antifreeze to the drains, because you just put some water down the drains. You don't want the drains to freeze, because the drains can freeze. So that's it. I'll let you get back to the video and watch me maybe make some mistakes, maybe not. Thanks, guys. I want to get the generator going so that I got power. Well, that's not ideal. Let's see if we can fire up the engine. Well, that's not working either. Yeah, first attempt. So far, so bad. Let me go get the jump pack, and then we'll fire it up, and then we'll winterize the camper. All right, well, while the jump pack simmers, let's go get some stuff ready. One thing about these cam locks just don't stay by themselves. So, all right, what do I need? Grab the extension cord, put it in my arm. That's the heater. We'll talk about a heater another time. Grab the marine RV antifreeze. This is probably all I'm going to need. Tough one in here. What? Freaking seriously? I'm freaking stuck on it. Alright, and then this is the star of the show. One of the stars of the show. Come on. The air compressor is going to be stuck in here. Just plug in the extension cord to the RV. And then throw the extension cord past the mud. Oh, yeah, perfect. Perfect. And for the 25 of you who watched my last video where I got this thing out of the mud, this is why. So I'm wearing the Caterpillar duck boots that are pretty awesome. We call them duck boots. I don't know what the heck they're actually called, but call them duck boots here. They keep it pretty. In the winter time in Michigan, I use them to for the snow or shoveling out. They are some of the warmest boots I've ever had. Yeah, good enough. Obviously, power's not on yet. Get the generator fired up as soon as the battery's done charging. All right, so let's look in here, show you what we got, where we started. I'm trying to go a little fast on this, but not too fast. So, not necessarily cooking with speed here. Here's my light. So what I'll show you. This little light is awesome, by the way. Picked it up at O'Reilly's. Got a whole bunch of different settings. Moves around, magnetic base. But, so this is a good thing, and I'll talk about this in a bit. Where these two low point drains here are located for the water pump. So that's the water pump right there. Low point drains are here and here. I don't like this setup actually. I like the low point drains in our travel trailer. You just unscrew the caps on the bottom and it pours right out. These have gotten stuck before and leaked, so I'm not a fan of that. But you know, they do what they're supposed to do. One day I might replace them. Who knows? But I don't know if you can see the wire nuts here. They'll tell me that this is not the original water pump. So cool. Maybe I should get another one. All right, so that's done. This is one thing that you want to do first. So this could take a while. So I pulled the low point drains. I pulled these low point drains and I let it drain yesterday. So that could take, sometimes that takes a while. That could take quite a while actually. So you want to drain those first. This is what we're going to use here. Here's a city water connection. And then we come over to our water accessory bay. Let's call it that. Sure. And in the water accessory bay, where did I put it? Yep. There it is. Here is the tool that we're going to use, the tool of the day. So this tool is pretty simple. Picked it up on Amazon. It was pretty inexpensive. It's got just an air valve here, a hose, rubber line. It is half inch or 3/8 line, and then the same hose connection that's on the end of your hose. So all you really got to do is get this guy on here. Screw it in, and then I'll attach this air hose here. So this guy, oh, it's got about 10 psi. So 10, yeah, about 10 psi. Or is that 5? Or is that closer to 0? Whatever. This does okay. It's this air compressor is about 10 years old, maybe a little older than that. We got it at I think Lowe's at Black Friday deal. You know, a decade ago. It was 50 bucks. I think they're about double that now. But one of the things I wish I did have is a gauge on here, so I could see that I'm not pushing more than 30 or 40 pounds. And yeah, I don't even like that much. I'd like to run about 20 pounds. Would be comfortable, I think, to get all the water out. But this is my setup. My setup here is just use the air compressor, push in air, and then drain it all out. I'll go inside and I'll run, while this is running, I will open up some of the faucets and I'll run the faucets until they're empty. And then I'll come back out here to the low point drains and I'll open those low point drains up and make sure those kind of air out. And then the only other thing we have to do here, and this is important, is we're gonna pop the drain here while the battery's still cooking. I'm gonna pop this drain and we're gonna go ahead and drain the water heater. And then our toolkit. This is another Lowe's toolkit, pretty inexpensive. This is the one I carry with me all the time, amongst a few other tools. And then I just let everything fall out just like that. I've got a few extra things in here, that's why. Some of these are not actually part of the kit, so drop down here clearly. 3/4 is not right. Again, I'm wrong. This is also a gas and electric water heater, which is one thing we really like about it, because you can mostly just run it on. Oh, sorry. Just run this thing on electricity. It'll do most of the work for you. And then when we're taking showers, I switch it over to gas as more of an assist. So it just assists us, and it does a pretty good job. So, and this has a smaller electrode, I'm assuming because of it being gas and electric. So unless I'm wrong, and this should be a longer electrode, of which I have another one, and this is broken off. It looks a little different than the other spare we have from the other RV. And then I do like to crack this guy, so yeah, so she gets me all wet. Put a little air in the system. Oh, come on, this will, yeah. If the pressure relief valve, if you lift the lever, it'll actually allow air into it and allow you to pump down some, to get that water out a little extra quick. Yeah, a little wet. That's why these boots are awesome. Well, I'm assuming I need to make a video on this generator. What's it got? It should pop up here in a second. It's got a lot of hours, and it probably needs to be serviced. This guy is flashing, so let's turn off the generator. There we go. 2,500 hours on this guy. I can hear that compressor outside. And open up the sink here. This one, the shower head, is really close to the sink, so we can do this easily. That look good? That look good, right? No. Oh, all right, guys. So now what we're doing is we're going to go ahead and flush this thing out. The generator's running. It's charging and filling the air compressor. The tanks and the low point drains were emptied yesterday, so they should be all done. I just opened and drained the hot water heater, and now I'm going to go outside, put the hot water heater plug and anode back in, and then we're going to put some air into the system and let it completely drain. The last time I did this, I didn't drain the water heater first. Shame on me, but you know, it took a little extra time to drain this thing out. But the last time I did it, I didn't do that. And this time I drained it first, and then we're going to put it all back in and then drain this out. All right, so this is the second RV. We had a travel trailer before this, and I've never used straight RV and marine antifreeze. Even in Northern Virginia and here in South Carolina, it's supposed to drop into the 20s, for the low 20s, or it'll be lows in the 20s for the next couple of days. So I'm going to make sure the water's all out of the lines, and obviously we're not going to freeze. But I've always used air to blow it out. A lot of people will swear by this. Yeah, this stuff stinks. It'll stink up the water heater, and that smell is not very good. One of the things in the last RV that I did not like, and I did try to put a little bit of this in the fresh tank and then just prime it a bit, was you know, it was hard to get to the to the water pump. This water pump, as you saw a little bit earlier, this water pump has the low point drains on both sides of it. So I'm confident that a lot more water is draining out of the water pump and not sitting in the water pump, so it's not going to freeze the water pump and cause a problem. But this, I will put down the drains. So now I'm going to go outside. We're going to go ahead and close up the water heater, open up the air valve, pressurize these lines, and then come in here and open up all the fixtures so that we get all this water out of here, you know, hopefully before it gets dark. Thank you, dead battery. And then I'm gonna put some Teflon tape on here. Slide this guy back in here. The water heater's back together. Lock the water heater. And I'm only gonna open it a little bit, just enough to get some air in there and not over pressurize the system. So she's open. All right, there we go. So this is all I do. Come inside, crack the valve on the fixture, in this case the sink, and let it run until there's almost no water. Okay, even though we cracked the other one, there's still water coming to bathroom sink. We're basically completely out of water, so we just got to have air. So I'm going to go ahead and see if I can. Oh yes, safety cap with one hand. I'm going to pour a little bit. Obviously, we just put some water. We just put some water in these drains, so I want to dilute that water and make sure the water is not going to freeze in the drains. Put this in here. Obviously, some of it went down, so we want to make sure we've got some antifreeze down in the toilet, down in the black tank. If that doesn't freeze, again, you can listen here, it's all air, no water. So we are clear and we are good to go. Last thing I'm going to do here is pull these low point drains again. Give these drains a chance to pop some air out themselves. Oh, I don't know if you can hear it. The drain down here, all air. So we're good. I'll go ahead and close this guy off. Turn this one off. And we are all done. Air hose, like keep here in our water storage bay. All right, guys. So 42 minutes and 58 seconds. So under 45 minutes. That does include going back into the house, grabbing the jump pack, and jumping the RV to get her started after the first time she wouldn't start. So probably a little less than that. So under 45 minutes, I was able to winterize this RV and get all the water out of the lines, or 99% of the water out of the lines, to where I'm confident enough that nothing's going to freeze, that the pump is fine, and we're all set to ride out these next couple of days in 20-degree weather. Yeah. So I've seen all over the place where people show you different ways that they like to winterize their RV. I've also seen online on some of the forums and those types of things that people really have strong opinions about, you know, using the antifreeze, and there's nothing, you know, that's ever been good for them. They haven't used the antifreeze, they've used the air and it's still exploded and they've still had a mess. And some people say, hey, I've been doing just air for 20 years and it's great. You know, I'm going with air. I know, sure, if I pumped it full of RV antifreeze, will probably be a little bit better. I'll obviously have to drain all that out. So if you didn't like the way we did it, let me know. If you had pointers, let me know. But otherwise, this is a really easy and quick way to just knock out the winterization of your RV, which really is just getting all the water out of the system so that it doesn't freeze. So one thing I will tell you, when you're de-winterizing this, and we had to do this because I winterized it a few weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago, and then we went on a trip And then, you know, so now I'm re-winterizing it again. But when you de-winterize it, when you're bringing it back, on this RV specifically, I'm sure others are similar. The first thing I did was we put water in the tank, and then I turned the water pump on, and we started to prime the system. It was not priming. For whatever reason, it just kept going and going and going. So what I did was just hooked up the hose, and then as soon as I hooked up the hose, it just primed the whole dang system, turned the hose off, turned the water pump on, and it was fine after that. Again, hey, if you learned anything, thanks for watching. Thanks for sticking around. More videos coming. We'll see if we can even get this thing out of the mud. I don't want to make a video on extracting this from the mud after I just extracted it to get parked. So good luck to us. Happy RVing. Got some automotive videos to come. You know, we'll see how this channel goes. And thanks for watching.